The Roth can be a very powerful financial tool, but only if you use it the right way. I've got the 3 most common mistakes that people make with their Roth so that you can avoid it. That and more coming up. What if you could set money aside into an account that could grow for you and you'd never have to pay tax on it again? Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. This is the reality. That is how the Roth works. The Roth IRA and the Roth 401k, when you make a contribution into it, you don't get a tax benefit at that time, but then that money grows tax sheltered and tax free forever. As long as you play by the rules and meet the 5-year rule and you don't withdraw the dollars until age 59 and a half, you never pay tax on that money again. My name is Mike Bernard. If we haven't met, I'm a certified financial planner and have been for over 20 years and work on a collaborative team of financial planners and other financial professionals helping people integrate all 6 areas of their financial life. We call it one plan, getting all 6 areas working together. And the Roth IRA touches all 6 areas of your financial life. Yes, it's a tax tool, right? You got to understand that, but you need to invest it intentionally. It helps your retirement plan. It helps your protection plan. It requires cash flow, so present financial position, and is advantageous to your estate plan as well. The Roth IRA, Roth 401k, this decision to use this tax shelter touches all 6 areas of your financial life. And I want you to get all the goodness out of the Roth that you possibly can. And yet, when we're seeing folks for, the first time when they're coming in to start that financial planning process, that one plan process, we typically see them make certain mistakes, sort of familiar mistakes, maybe unintentionally, but 3 common mistakes with the Roth IRA that we help them then get out of, and I want you to avoid. Mistake number 1, and this is by far the most common, and that is investing their Roth too conservatively. Oftentimes people just look and say, well, funding my Roth is one decision and how I invest it is a completely different decision. And oftentimes those investment decisions are based on emotion and not an actual process, not connected to your long-term risk tolerance and your long-term goals. Oftentimes people look at those as 2 separate decisions. No. The benefit with the Roth, IRA or Roth 401k, is on the growth. And therefore, even if you're feeling nervous or you're a little unsure how to invest it, if you invest your Roth IRA too conservatively, you're taking this super powerful tool and cutting it off at the knees and not really using it to its full advantage. Where if you invest it very conservatively, you're likely, it could be a very smooth ride for you, but very little growth. And therefore, very little tax advantage. This is buying a sports car just to drive around the neighborhood, right? Or leave it parked in the car. You're not using it for its intended purpose. So I'm not telling you that in order to have a Roth IRA, you need to be very speculative or you need to be, super aggressive with your investments. However, I would tell you, sometimes it makes sense to look at your entire investment portfolio and ensure that you're taking the right level of risk, but maybe dial up the risk a little bit in your Roth IRA, your Roth 401k, and if needed, dial down the risk in some of your other investments. That way, the investments within your Roth are more potent and yes, will have more swings. Will move up and down when the market is moving but have more long-term growth potential, optimizing the tax-free future that the Roth IRA promises. Now, you also need to keep those emotions in check when the market is showing signs of volatility. It's very common to say, I'm nervous about where the stock market's going. I don't like looking at my statement right now. I want to dial down the risk. And you treat the Roth IRA the same way you treat your 401k and your IRA and those and the other investments, the tax shelters that you have available. I would not advise that. I would, again, maybe consider your Roth IRA and treat it a little bit differently than the rest of your portfolio. Still make sure that you're taking the right level of risk with all of your investments for your specific financial situation and your financial goals, but really optimize the Roth IRA. Maybe invest it differently than the rest of your dollars so that it has more growth potential. Avoid this number 1 mistake with the Roth IRA of investing it too conservatively. Second common mistake with the Roth that I want you to avoid is withdrawing it too early in retirement. And this doesn't mean withdrawing all of it, emptying it. Most people clearly see, I don't want to do that. But start dipping their hand into it early in retirement. Again, the benefit of the Roth IRA 401k is on the tax-free growth. And therefore, you want to give it as much time as possible to grow for your financial future. That optimizes and maximizes that tax benefit. And yet it's tempting early in retirement when you're in the go-go years, right? Where you're not only living your lifestyle, but you're very active and maybe you're going on more trips. Maybe you've got some home projects. Maybe you are even moving and making a big home decision. And when you're doing that and you're looking to say, hey, how can I get some, more resources? When you look at one pile of dollars, one bucket and say, well, every time I touch this bucket, I have to pay taxes. And I've got this bucket over here that I could actually access and not have to pay taxes. Sometimes that can be very, very tempting. Work with your certified financial planner. Look at all 6 areas of your financial life. Avoid the temptation of just saying, well, because I don't have to pay taxes, I should withdraw from the Roth dollars early or quickly in retirement, especially when a need just flares up. No. Look at all 6 areas of your financial life. Determine the right timing on when to touch the Roth dollars. All things equal, typically I'd recommend that you draw out of non-retirement accounts first and early in retirement, then your pre-tax accounts like your traditional IRA or pre-tax 401k, and leave the Roth dollars for the very end. Now that's not a rule of thumb that I would just blindly follow, but that would be the cadence, that would be the projection that I would have you aim for in your mind. And I would avoid the temptation of touching the Roth dollars too early in retirement, giving them more time to grow tax-free for your financial future. And then mistake number 3 with the Roth IRA is, surprisingly, is actually not using the Roth when you could. We see this all the time where someone comes in, wants to get started on that financial planning process. They've never worked with a financial planner before. If they have, it was really just someone that was selling them some investments. They've never looked at all 6 areas of their financial life in an integrated way. And as we're working through their current financial situation, we take a look and they could be funding a Roth IRA. They've got earned income, and their overall adjusted gross income, modified adjusted gross income, is below the limit, so they could be funding the Roth. But instead, they're contributing to a different account, not a tax shelter. Sometimes this is at the advice of a financial professional. Let's just call them an investment advisor who doesn't look at taxes and tax planning. And other times it's just because the perspective is, I don't want these dollars aren't just for retirement. I just want to invest them in something that I think will be able to grow for me. When in fact, you could invest those dollars in the Roth IRA and have that growth tax sheltered. And then tax-free if you hold the Roth IRA for at least 5 years and wait to withdraw the growth until age 59 and a half. And I'm using those terms intentionally. Oftentimes when, again, it's just on a whim that someone said, well, I wanted to invest some dollars and, I hadn't really thought of the Roth because I wasn't sure these would be retirement dollars. Did you know that you can actually access your contributions that you make into your Roth IRA, not the growth, but your contributions at any time? Those dollars don't need to wait for 5 years. They don't need to wait until you're age 59 and a half. Your contributions, your basis, you can withdraw at any time, no tax, no penalty. Therefore, if you think, well, I've got some dollars, I'm not sure if they're for retirement, but I want to invest them and get them working for me, Advantage Roth. Consider using the Roth IRA. And yeah, if there's growth, then have that growth stay in the Roth. But if you do find out you need some of that money back, you can do so pulling your contribution or your basis back out, no tax, no penalty. The Roth is an extremely versatile tool for your financial future, but you've got to use it right. You've got to use it right, looking at all 6 areas of your financial life, working with your certified financial planner on that. When you do that, you'll avoid these 3 mistakes and others and have a more integrated financial life, helping you with this, utilizing the Roth, as well as planning appropriately for retirement, optimizing Social Security, other tax planning strategies as well. Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.